The cost of basement water removal is dependent on the amount of liquid, volume, and extent of damage. For a small flooded basement, a portable utility pump will be sufficient. If a pump is not available, a standard garden hose will work. A professional-grade dehumidifier can cost $800 or more. Renting these equipment can save you money. A flooded basement can take 4 to 6 days to dry out. The amount of water that needs to be removed is the first consideration for anyone dealing with a flooded basement. The greater the water, the more expensive and time-consuming the cleanup will be. A good water removal service will estimate the amount of water that needs to be removed based on the depth of the flood and the equipment and procedures used. This will help them give you a more accurate quote. However, it will be worth it if you know how much the flood will cost you. A professional will have several different methods and techniques for removing water from a basement. The first step is to determine the type of water that is present. The more water there is, the more work it will be and the more extensive the damage will be. The more water you have, the higher the total cost of the cleanup. Depending on the type of water, you can expect to pay anywhere from $500 to $10,000. But this is a general guideline, and there are always some factors to keep in mind. The second step is cleaning up the gray water. This category is more expensive than Category 1. It costs anywhere from $4,000 to $8,000. The water that is in this category can cause many health problems and can be toxic. This is why it is very important to wear protective clothing, eye protection, and gloves when entering the floodwater. If you're not sure, contact a professional to find out how much this job will cost you. In addition to water damage, basement flooding can cause other issues. Besides damaging your property and causing health problems, it can also damage your property. Whether it was caused by stormwater backup or a broken pipe, there will be mold, mildew, and toxicity present. Therefore, it's important to hire a professional for this job. When you hire a professional, you can rest assured that they will do the job properly. The cost of hiring a professional to clean up a flooded basement will depend on the level of water damage and the size of the affected area. A flooded basement can cost up to $10,000. A professional can help you decide how much your water removal project should cost. The best way to get a free estimate is to call a water removal service near you. You can also ask about the type of cleanup you'll need and the number of hours it will take. If you're worried about the cost of a flooded basement, you should consider the cost of getting it cleaned by a professional. The price of a flooded basement is highly dependent on the region and zip code, so it's essential to check out local companies that provide free estimates. In addition, you should consider the amount of damage caused by water, whether a flooded basement is caused by a burst pipe or a burst water pipe. While the cleanup process is a major undertaking, the damage caused by a flood is often more than just water. Usually, your home will need new flooring and walls. Other areas of your home may need repairs. If you're unsure, call a professional disaster restoration service. It will be cheaper if you have to do all the work yourself. Once the job is done, the cleanup will be completed in less time. The cleanup process can cost up to $4,000. This does not include the cost of repairing damaged materials or reconstructing the basement. Typically, the floodwater cleanup process will be complete in a day or two, but it's likely to take a few days. If the water was a small flood, cleaning it yourself could be enough to save a few $100s. Once the flooded area is dry, the next step will be cleaning up the basement.